This might get weird.
Are we rolling?
We're rolling.
Well, then cheers, Grace Helbig.
Cheers, Mamrie Hart.
Okay, I'm using Chip's water bottle.
You knew I was going to ask what the hell is going on over there.
Yeah, it's a big ass old water bottle and it's covered with a lot of random stickers. But because
he's a sticker boy.
He friggin' loves stickers.
Okay. I mean, I know. I saw the Calvin and Hobbes sticker on the back of your laptop. For you guys that are listening, go watch the episode.
Yeah, he got me a custom sticker of Calvin pissing on This Might Get Weird, our logo. No, he loves stickers, which... Come to think of it, we both do. So that's...
I was going to say, that seems like something you have in common now that I put that together.
It makes me think if we were in the same grade, we would have been like a 5th grade power couple of stickers.
Yeah, or you would have been rivals.
Rivals, that's true. That's true.
You're either lovers or rivals.
Oy, oy, oy. But I've been trying to... I told you, I'm trying to take a couple days where I don't drink carbonated stuff.
Okay.
Which is a challenge because when I wake up, I immediately want to like chug a seltzer.
Right. That's that was your water.
It is. It still is my water.
Wait, but why? Okay, what's the dedication to no bubbles?
Well, just for a couple days. Because I'm so bloated. From travel, I feel at max capacity.
I don't know how we used to do this. The altitude changes make my body feel crazy.
Insane.
All the time. Yeah.
Insane.
But is that true that drinking seltzer or stuff with bubbles and carbonation expands? I assume. That's like science to me. I'm like, this is bubbly. It's going to make my belly bubbly.
Well, I don't know if there's science to back it up. I just know how I feel afterwards. Like, I've drank just water for 2 days and I feel like a god.
Do you?
I feel like a god. Like yesterday, there is no such thing as me going in a Delta lounge and not drinking, you know?
Yeah.
And I went in and I had to be at the airport like hours early because I had to check out of Chip's hotel and the flight wasn't for a bit. And I was sitting there and I was just like, oh my God.
Yeah.
What am I supposed to do with myself? And I drank like 4 cups of water and like 4 hot teas. Wow. I felt like I was on speed.
Yeah, you were like just flexing in front of all the other business class people flying. And that's how I feel. And then I go, this is what people feel like
all the time.
All the time.
I felt like I was in that movie Limitless.
But see, this is why I'm not good. I don't know that movie, but this is why I'm not good in the lounges because the lounges make me feel like, I have a adult daytime slumber party and I'm at a free buffet. And so I will never be here again. So I need to make the most of it regardless of how my body feels.
Oh, yeah.
And I just need to intake.
No, it truly feels like a grab bag of like you're at a birthday party and you're like, no, everyone just get as much as you can right now. But I drank so much water that I was like, oh, is this what urinating on the regular is like? Oh, I have energy and clear thoughts. And and
clear piss.
And clear piss. Oh my God.
Truly miraculous when that happens.
You know, when you start taking a vitamin and your pee changes to neon.
I just started from getting back from these last couple of shows.
God, tell me everything.
Started taking my vitamin, like the B12 supplement again.
Whoa. And that'll also make you feel like you can fly.
I feel great. But I am pissing neon. Like, it is like an EDM concert.
Truly.
Time I pee.
I was going to say, I've been peeing lately, and I've been like, that could glow in the dark.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Even when it can't.
Yep.
And now having clear urine, I was just like, wow. Sorry, guys. I'm very...
Give her all the drug tests.
I drank water for a day. All of civilization has been doing it since the dawn of time, and I did it for a day, and I'm like, check my ass out.
Allow us to reward ourselves for our good decisions.
And for getting through travel, because travel is crazy right now. I don't know if you've noticed, but like the... Oh, hold on. Hold on. I was going to say, I don't know if travel's been weird for you, but me and you split up at the Minneapolis airport and both didn't think we were going to make our flights.
Yeah. So to give some context, we were leaving our Cincinnati show last Friday morning. And we had a layover from the Cincinnati airport in Minneapolis.
In Minneapolis. Then from there, I was going to Texas. You were going back to LA.
Right. So we knew, like, I'll see you on the other side. If you get off, like, you're a couple seats ahead of me, just run as far as you can.
Well, because we both, guys, listening who fly.
Yeah.
I think it is fucked up when like you put in your travel dates or where you want to go and they're like, here's your options for this flight, here's your options for the connection flight, and they don't tell you that there's an overlap or that like you're going to have to fully road runner through the airport to make your next flight. We were scheduled to land when our other flights were already boarding.
And look, they probably did say this when I was booking my flight.
I don't think so. I do it on the Delta app. They didn't even warn me. And you know I'm loyal.
But also it was the time difference. We shifted back an hour. And we landed 20 minutes early, which is why we were able to sprint and get to where we needed to go. But we were in the Minneapolis airport, which is like the Mall of America, fucking huge.
Huge, dude. I got more steps in.
Yeah, I ran.
Making my next flight than I did in like the previous week.
Oh, I ran to a shuttle, and the shuttle did the movie moment where it closed in front of me as I tried to run onto it.
It's like that movie Sliding Doors. You don't know how your life could be different if you'd made that shuttle.
I mean, I've never seen that movie, but based on the title, I can imagine the imagery that happened.
Let's just say Gwyneth Paltrow, in one reality, she's got short hair. The next one, she's got long hair, but she's being cheated on.
Oh,
okay.
Shit.
Spoilers.
Oh,
Spoilers
shit.
for this 20-year-old movie.
No, the doors shut, and it was like right in front of like the most crowded restaurant ever. And then I just had to go like I was on the One Woman Amazing Race and just sprint as fast as I could because I was like, I'm not. Though this airport seems accommodating and I could get another flight if I need to and be fine here, I don't want to be here now.
I was headed to the only terminal that the tram didn't go to.
Oh, shit.
I truly had to like
power walk.
Oh, you would have thought. I mean, you would have thought that I was a drug mule. My butt was clenched and I was just walking.
And that's when I realized like, oh man, I haven't done any exercise for quite a bit because this is tiring me out.
No, but so what I wanted to say is I finally I make my flight, my connection, and I'm like, whoa, that was crazy. Like we made it like nuts. And then Grace texts me and she goes, this is what I arrived to.
It's what I sprinted into thinking I wasn't going to make the boarding time of my flight. It's just it's the most crowded area. And so I was like, okay, it's boarding right now. So, okay, I made it. There's still people here.
Thank God.
I get a little closer. There's balloons hanging up everywhere. Interesting. All right. Then I get a little bit closer and I just see like commotion going on. And then I see what from a distance looked like a normal headed person. But then when I got up close, I realized was the Viking mascot for their football team just prancing around the terminal the way I do when I get high and I get excited that there's a new episode of Bake Off at home. And I was like, what the fuck is happening here?
Grace sends me a video and I'm like, phew, well, that was fun. Have a great, connecting flight to LA. And she just goes, this is what I walked into, and sends me a video of the Minnesota Vikings giving the airport attendant a back rub. It was. I said, what the fuck? What is going on at your gate?
I said, because it was one of the biggest planes I've been on since I went to London like 2 years ago. Whoa. Like the 2 aisles down the sides.
That's right.
And I was like, why is this plane so huge when I was looking at where my seat was earlier in the day? And then get there, this Minnesota Vikings running around. Everyone's in purple and gold, I guess, which are the colors. And I realized, okay, I made it in time, but what am I about to walk into right now? And I guess I haven't even looked. I guess there was a game happening in LA, and so the whole flight was full of fans.
Fucking A. That's what you want when you're hungover and tired.
Oh, but I will say, shout out to Kevin, the flight attendant, that when he walked down the aisle, I was like, can I get a vodka soda? He's like, I know you. Hi, Grace. And I was like, hi, Kevin. And then he gave me a couple extra, and it was really, really sweet. So thank you, Kevin.
I think flight attendants are so just relieved when you're nice and normal now. The same thing happened to me when I was headed out there. I was like, can I just do a Bloody Mary? And she was like, sure. And she was like, do you want 2? And I was like, I mean, I guess. like normally that would bring a bout of shame to be like, yeah, fuck yeah. And she was like, do you want to? I was like, oh, you're just happy I'm not freaking out right now?
Yeah, I also think that there is so they don't have to go up and down the aisles as much. But true. I went to the bathroom later on the flight.
Good for you. Clear pee or yellow pee?
I mean, I was just trying to get up and walk around. I was listening to Midwest accents talking about how they were just going to get drunk for the rest of the weekend.
Wait, hold on. Follow-up question. Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah.
Was the Minnesota Viking on your flight?
No.
Because if he'd come on and done like the safety demo.
Oh. I would have I would have pissed my pants.
Yeah.
Which also the Minnesota Viking, and I also have blonde hair, and I was like, there's a bit too much that I'm looking into a mirror here of just someone overcompensatingly energy up.
You could be related. You would never give someone a back rub, though.
No, not at all. No, he was walking around the terminal, and then the next thing I knew, when I was boarding, he was behind the gate check guy giving a massage, and I was like, this is all fine. As long as I make it on my flight, this is all fine and harmless.
I'm like, look, for a Viking, I doubt his hands were as strong as Preston's from Asheville, North Carolina. Best massage of my life.
But yeah, it was quite a fever dream and a perfect kind of end to 2 days of shows to come back to Los Angeles.
Well, I had a different experience at my gate. Yes, you guys, look, all we've been doing is shows and stuff. So a good majority of what we're going to talk about is just travel today.
Just travel.
And you're going to get a little nugget of one of our live shows.
Yeah.
In Nashville. So anyway, I'm waiting to board.
Okay.
In Texas yesterday, in Dallas, Fort Worth.
Yeah.
And I have the guy at the front who was like making the announcements for about to start boarding.
Yeah.
Was on a goddamn power trip like I'd never seen in my life.
Uh-oh.
Like, I don't know what happened to him previous to this, like day, but like everyone at the gate collectively was looking around like,
what's his deal?
Did we do something to offend this man? Like, we were being like reprimanded. Truly, like we were about to go on a field trip by a strict teacher.
Oh no.
Like, you know, when they'll be like, and if anyone does this,
Yeah.
like he was on there and he goes, because I texted it to Chip. I was like, this man on the microphone is wild. He said, he was talking about how like the flight is full, etc.
Okay.
If you can't fit your bag in the overhead or underneath, like they're not going to check it for you. You have to get a flight tomorrow.
Oh, whoa.
Which for us,
Dramatic.
I'm like, why is that our fault? Like, the plane should be big enough for everyone to have a bag.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean?
Yeah. Or, yeah.
Felt a little Hunger Gamesy.
Yeah.
So anyway, so he's back on the mic after he says that. And we're like, okay, like we're all looking around. Like, we're on the same team, right?
Yeah.
And he just goes, and let me make this abundantly clear. If you have more than one carry-on, you can take a flight tomorrow. And furthermore, if anyone on this flight switches seats and I come on there, I will make everyone get off the plane. He said that into the mic at the gate as if we had all like had a food fight at the Chili's too. And we were like the bad class on a field trip.
Like you had already been in detention. You were already the Breakfast Club showing up for detention. Oh my God.
It was so crazy. He said, I will make everyone get off this flight. And literally the guy beside me who was like also just chilling and hungover, like has one of his headphones pulled up, just goes, somebody give that guy a hug. And everyone laughed. And then like another person, gate agent, tried to like smooth it over a little and was like, yeah, so we really appreciate you helping us out and making this speedy. Like we were delayed by 30 minutes. It wasn't anything crazy.
Yeah.
But then he got on and sassed again. And like 4 or 5 people just went, we're not on a field trip, man. Like,
really?
Yeah. Like we all paid to get on this flight. Why are we acting like truly like we don't have our permission slip and like and this can be taken away from us?
Right. Like he's already seen the worst in people, but you guys haven't done anything to trigger any of that.
I was oddly proud of my flight.
Wow.
For how no one was like, fuck you.
That'll bring everyone together. Yeah. Because that could have gone a very different way.
Could have gone real different.
Wow.
Isn't that wild?
That is very wild. I mean, I can't imagine what that guy has seen in the terminal, but still... you guys got scared straight.
Yeah, no, seriously. Somebody give that guy a hug. Everyone fell out. I said, right? I said, what's up with that guy? What's up with that guy?
Oh, man.
So it's been a wild time.
The holidays are the most wonderful time of the year, sure. But sometimes they can be the most uncomfortable. If your grandmother is hassling you about your love life, maybe you're drinking a little too much around coworkers or family members to overcompensate for the awkwardness, or your pants are a little too tight after Thanksgiving pie, it can all be a little bit uncomfortable. But with Third Love, comfort is always a given. Third Love makes bras that are truly the most comfortable bras I've ever worn, and you know comfort is my number one priority when it comes to bra. Is it comfortable? Yes. Is it considered a bra? That's number 2. And turns out they're both here. Third Love obsesses over every stitch, so you never have to think about how something feels, looks, or wears. They do comfort, you do you. Third Love is comfort in the streets and comfort in the sheets. They have sleepwear, luxe, washable silk, and bras that you won't want to take off when you get home. And their fitting room quiz will help you find your true bra size. They even have half cup sizes. By focusing on size, breast shape, and current fit issues, you're all set with them. Feeling is believing. Upgrade to everyday pieces that love your body as much as you do. And right now, you guys can get 20% off your first order at thirdlove.com/TMGW. That's 20% off at thirdlove.com/TMGW.
The most stressful thing about the holiday season might also be the best thing, and yes, that's the gifts. It is so hard to figure out the perfect thing to get everyone, and the ease of just buying everyone gift cards is tempting, but a little impersonal, said my Aunt Sally. But Brooklinen takes the stress out of gift giving, and hey, why not get yourself a little something to help you relax too? Because Brooklinen is all about the gift of comfort. Weighted blankets, ooh, fancy robes, do tell, super plush towels, bedding bundles. Brooklinen has something for everyone and every budget. Let's all be honest, y'all. We all like to get comfy and we all spend a lot of time in bed. Why not make it a delicious experience? Brooklinen's goal is to create beautiful, high-quality home essentials that don't cost an arm and a leg. I'm obsessed with my sheets. I say this every single time I do this ad read, but I am not even joking with you. They are the most comfortable, silky, creamy sheets I've ever experienced. I will promise not to say creamy again. So check out the gift guide to find the perfect present at every price point. Go to brooklinen.com and use promo code GETWEIRD to get 20% off with a minimum purchase of $100. That's BROOKLINEN.com and enter promo code GETWEIRD. And then, then get comfy. But also, Grace.
Yeah.
My Uber.
Well, this is the thing, because we almost talked about this in a live show, and you were like, it's so robust, or
yes.
There's so much to this story I want to tell. I'm going to save it for when we sit down and podcast. So I've been waiting.
I mean, it's nothing. It's no Tommy the power washer with the Truly sandwich. None of that. But it was more just like, I got in the Uber.
This is when you arrived in Nashville.
I arrived in Nashville. I got there before you.
Yeah.
Because you had to catch a later flight because of school. So I got
there. I got a gynecologist appointment.
Oh, shit. Oh, yeah.
I did my lady checkup and things are good.
Everything good?
Yeah, things are good.
Oh, good for you.
I know. You were in the Delta Club with Caitlin Bristow, and I was getting a pap smear.
Dude, I'm sitting in, once again, the lounge. This time, drinking. Fuck you, water. And I'm just like doing my thing, working, looking like a crazy, like rationalizing, having a early cocktail.
Yeah.
And then I get a text from Caitlin Bristow, and which I haven't texted with her probably in 2 years.
Sure.
And she was just like, and I said, no, what is this? And then I hear someone laugh, and I turn around, and it's Caitlin. And was saying, like, I was telling you to turn around on my Instagram story, but I just thought it was so funny because I didn't know they were behind me the whole time. I saw, like, younger couple, like a cute younger couple behind me, and they were having their little breakfast and like a hot tea or something. And in my head, I clocked and I went, good for them not drinking.
Because you didn't clock their faces.
No.
You clocked the liquids that they were putting in their bodies.
Because when you're at the airport, you're like, hey, if that guy's drinking fucking scotch, I can have a mimosa.
Totally. I rationalized that no one knows that I'm on a layover from a flight from 12 hours ago.
Thank you. I just came from Tokyo. So anyway, I actually clocked and went, good for them. And so when I go like, what the fuck? And she starts laughing. I'm like, what's going on? I chat with them for a second because she was on Dancing with the Stars the night before, and now she's the new Bachelorette host, etc. And I just went like, I can't believe you're not drinking. And she goes, oh, well, we tied one on last night and all this. And then her fiance, Jason, just goes, but now that she said it, like, let's go get a drink. So then they got a Bloody Mary.
All they need is
and then we like sat there and chatted. But anyway, okay. So I got to Nashville before you.
Yeah.
And I land, and I'm so excited to get to this Dolly Parton hotel, and I'm chilling, and I can't wait. So I call an Uber, and it's Gary B, right? And Gary B arrives with a little like a hat, a tiny hat, and like a
tiny
just like a chapeau. You know, like he's like a newsie.
Oh, okay, got it.
Know?
Okay. I was like, tiny hat could mean many things. If he showed up with an actual dog-sized hat on his head, that's our first point of interest. Okay, so
anyway, so first things first, I come out and he pops the back, and I come around, and I'm going. He was like, let me try to help. And I was like, his arm was like fucked up.
Okay.
And so he just goes like, sorry, I can only use one arm. Mm-hmm. And I go, I've got it, dude. No problem. I put it in there. He goes, no, I feel like a turd.
He said, I feel like a turd.
I feel like a turd. Okay. So he's got the hat, and he's got this wild, like
vocabulary,
like Gallagher, but white hair. Like if Larry David grew it out.
Yeah. And he's already said he feels like a turd.
He said, I feel like a turd. I said, this is the verbatim combo. He said, I feel like a turd. I said, don't feel like a turd. He goes, I feel like a turd.
Oh, what I would pay to be someone getting picked up to your right or left at that moment. I mean, like, they got a good thing going on with that combo.
So he goes, I feel like a turd. And so I was like, enough turds. And so we got in the car. And he goes, well, no, because I can only really use one arm. And he goes, but I mean, if I had, you're somebody's daughter. And if my daughter had to put in her own bag, I would think he was a turd. And I went, again, I've heard the word turd more in the last 30 seconds than I had in years, right?
And I can't tell if this is like an affectionate kind of like, I'm trying my best, or if this is like a real, you're an asshole.
So Grace, I'm like, buckle up, here we go. We have not left.
Buckle up, literally, yeah.
Yeah, the airport. I'm saying this goes right into convo. We're like circling through the gates.
Yeah.
And from there, he goes, no, I mean, I have a daughter. And we didn't know that she was going to be a girl until my wife gave birth, because I convinced my ex-wife at the time. I convinced her not to get an ultrasound so we didn't know what we were going to get, because the research that I've done, I think ultrasounds could cause autism. This is before we've left the airport.
Wow. So he said he has a
feels
daughter.
Like a turd.
Feels like
we've established.
we got the tri-turd commentary going on. He has a daughter. But it was a surprise because he didn't let his wife get an ultrasound, which I don't think like doctors will let you not get an ultrasound because they need to see, or he just didn't get the photo.
Or they like didn't. No. He said she didn't get an ultrasound. But also Gary B is an old man.
Yeah, Gary B might have delivered the baby himself. I don't know. Gary B sounds capable and also, ooh.
Yeah. So at this point, I'm writing down everything he says, because I was just like, okay, this is. So anyway, he talks about like the radiation, blah, 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 blah. And so I was just like, okay. I was like, oh no, we're gonna have like a full anti-vaxxer. But luckily, he wasn't like that. Okay. Then he let it go.
Okay.
But then we're driving. He's all over the road. All over the road, to where it shows that there's traffic, because I landed at like 5:30 in Nashville, and he just goes, Google Maps, bunch of bozos. I know a different route. And I was like, oh, okay, here we go. He said they're bozos. So anyway,
oh no.
He goes, you let me know if that music's too loud. I go, it's fine. I was like, whatever you want, whatever he was playing.
What music? Anything noticeable?
No,
or just
I think
fine?
It was.
Compared to the turd, everything else is a bit muted at this point.
And he's all over the road, and God bless him, he's using that one arm as best he can, but he was all over the road.
Yeah, I guess that is wild to be like, I can only use one arm. Well, you're about to drive me to a location right now.
Yeah, it wasn't on 10 and 2.
Okay.
So anyway, and he's like, Google Maps is bozos.
Right.
So we're already on an alternative route.
He's off-roading at this point.
So Gary B, so then he just goes, you let me know if it's too loud. I go, it's fine. He goes, because, I have ringing in my ears because of rock and roll. And he said, I'm a drummer. And I said, okay. And he goes, well, I was a drummer. I got the one arm. I'm a drummer.
All right.
And he goes, so when you're a drummer, when you're a professional drummer, again, we have gone a half a mile.
Yeah.
He goes, when you're a drummer, that's basically a hand grenade going off in your ear all day. And then he air drummed. He took his arms off the wheel.
So both of them kind of work, turns out.
So then he goes, you know how I know my hearing was bad? I said, I don't. He goes,
I'd love to know.
I mean, I'll give you 3 guesses on what the next sentence was.
How I knew my hearing was bad.
He said, do you know how I knew my hearing was bad?
He couldn't hear his wife yell at him.
Nope.
He couldn't hear his turds hit the water in the toilet. And just how you check.
No.
He couldn't hear. I don't know, like Adele.
No, he said, you know how I know my hearing was bad? I like to go spelunking.
Okay.
I said, okay. Okay now.
Yep. Okay. So you're going in some caves. You're doing some rock cavernous exploration.
So he goes, I like to go spelunking.
Okay.
And I was in a cave for 7 hours. And people kept saying, can you hear that waterfall? We were walking towards the waterfall. Can you hear that waterfall? And I said, I can't hear it. And he said, my hearing is screwed up. And I said,
that's the first time he realized
when he was spelunking
bad.
and he couldn't hear a waterfall in the distance.
Wow.
I mean, I am at this point, I am just nodding and writing down everything he says.
Yeah.
And he goes, I've been playing drums on TV since 65.
Go on.
He says, first it was rock and roll. I was playing with Buddy Holly when I was 14 years old.
All right, Gary B.
All right, Gary B.
Mm-hmm.
And then immediately says, I've met Ringo Starr about 4 times.
About 4 times. All right. Okay. In what capacity? Were you outside his home or were you working in the music industry and this was a professional situation?
No, because then he compared his drumming to Ringo's and he was like, because Ringo does that do-do-do-do. And he was like, I was like, okay. I was like, very cool. Very cool. Very cool. Then he's air drumming, to show me like him versus Ringo.
Perfect.
And then literally has to grab the wheel to swerve.
Yep.
And then says out loud to himself, don't look down, Gary B. Don't look down.
He calls himself by his bachelorette name, Gary B. Yes. Or was his first name Gary B altogether? Gary B. He said, don't
look down, Gary B. Don't look down.
Wow.
And I was like, yes, I agree, Gary B.
Yeah. I know what drumming looks like. It's all good. I got my suitcase back there. If you could just keep those eyes on the prize, hands on the wheel.
Hey, Turd, keep driving.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, okay, hates ultrasounds, bad hearing, loves Ringo Starr, an avid spelunker. Anyway.
My God.
So anyway, the last thing, like the conversation we came to is he asked where I was from with my old name and all that,
Yeah.
And so I was like, from North Carolina. And he was like, oh, it's gorgeous there. I was like, I know, it's really pretty. It's this time of year, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
I was like, the fall colors. He don't want to talk about autumn. He just goes, I was at a study at Duke University in 78.
Everything is a road back to Gary B. Every little breadcrumb. He's setting you up.
Gary B goes, yeah, Duke University. I go, oh, I went to Duke University. He goes, I had bad psoriasis, like the hand condition, the skin condition. He goes, I had bad psoriasis. So I was in the only study of its kind at Duke University in 78. You know what they did? They put us in tanning beds. I go, oh, okay. He goes, they put us in tanning beds. He goes, to this day, he said, everybody else in that study's died. He goes, to this day, I have the most radiation coursing through my body than any other person on earth.
Hey, Gary B.
I said, what? He goes, yep. He goes, every other person that they put in tanning beds, no longer with us. I have the most radiation of any other person on earth. And I said, is that something I should be concerned about sitting in a car with you?
Yeah.
I said, are you, like shedding radiation? And he looked at me like I said the craziest thing on earth. You were just one
big old turd in the back
He
seat.
said, what do you do for a living? I said, I'm a writer. He goes, oh, that makes sense. I was just like, here. And then when he finally lets me off at the hotel, he comes out and tries to have my bag. I'm like, I got it.
Gary,
and then
we've been through this.
He just walks away from me. He goes, hey, I want you to know what my face looks like. And he just pulls down his mask, and he's got this little, tiny, labyrinth, little tree frog of a man face. And I go, here's mine. And I show him. He goes, well, you're pretty, dude. He said, well, you're a pretty one, dudette. Then I said, bye, Gary B.
That's the weirdest, most intimate thing you could do ever at the end of an Uber ride. I want to show you what my face looks like.
I want to show you what my face looks like. And he goes, you're a pretty one.
And
you're a pretty one, dudette. I said, here's mine.
I know, but
I didn't know what to do.
That's so weird. It's so weird. So fucking weird. That's so weird. alternate universe notebook shit.
I was like, Gary B really wants me to see his face. Okay. There it is.
I mean, oh man.
I mean, it was like a little on my own.
But see, now I want to go on the Uber app and find out what people's reviews of Gary B are, because
Truly.
I can't imagine this was a unique experience for you with Gary B as your driver.
I immediately texted Caitlin Bristow and said, are all the drivers in Nashville named Gary B? And they call themselves Turds, and they're legendary drummers. And she goes, I don't know what you're talking about, but it sounds right. Oh my God.
God damn, Gary B.
Well, I know.
I want you to know what my face looks like.
And then walked away and then just pulled it down really quick.
That seems like a flasher. Like, that feels like you got, like, I
don't know.
You gotta keep eyes on Gary B, I guess.
I mean, a sweetheart in a sense, but I truly thought at one point I was gonna have to be like, pull off and let me out because of the driving alone. So you've got the personality going, and I'm not even like fully giving you the sense of like, I thought Gary B might be wasted.
Right.
I didn't know what was up. And then when he said he has more radiation in his body than any living person on earth because they put him in a tanning bed.
I'm like, have you met anyone from New Jersey? Because they are.
I was like, you sure that's not the ringing in your ears?
Yeah, maybe. Or the drums or any of it.
Was the tanning bed the cave?
Oh, I mean.
Now you see why I couldn't say that on stage.
No,
it was I
get it. My Uber driver from the Nashville airport, I got in at like 12:30 at night and had an also wild Uber driver.
Yeah.
Whose name I can't remember now. It's like Mac or something. He showed up. And he got out of the car and he had cargo shorts on, but they were fully slashed all the way up to the waistband. And it was just his like
open thighs. That's intimate.
And like boxer briefs underneath, just fully coming through.
You could see his underwear?
Fully. And this was like a 67-year-old man at 12:30 in the morning.
So did you just get attacked with something with claws?
Literally, that's what I thought. And I was like, all right, here we go. And I started videoing it because I was like,
I need to know if something happens.
I might get actually kidnapped tonight. Who knows? And this man, we had a good 14-minute ride, no traffic. And he talked start to finish about everything. He told me about how the big scandal now is that people are just running into bag claim at the Nashville airport and stealing bags and running off.
Oh, my word.
But no one's got to worry about stealing his bag because he got his shorts at Kmart. They are not worth anything. But also he told me that he's got this illustrious backstory of studying like overseas for like years and years and years. And he knows all the politicians in town and all of this shit. And then finally, like, he was just talking.
Damn.
He made hilarious jokes about Trump. So immediately I was like, okay, cool. We're on the same page. Great. And then, when we got to the hotel, he was like, so what are you doing in town? And I was like, I'm doing comedy. And he's like, what? And then that's why I didn't say anything, because I thought he might have been at our show the next night, because he was like, are you doing Zanies or whatever it was? Yeah. And I was like, yeah, as I'm trying to get my bag out. But the Nashville
Uber scene, is truly like no other that I've seen in my entire life.
Truly memorable and interesting.
I'm trying to see what night did I get to Nashville?
Last Tuesday.
Last Tuesday, the 10th. Is there a pic of Gary B? I'll try to find them.
Yeah, we'll find this.
Might have been a lift.
Wow.
Whew, okay, that took a lot out of me. You guys, I think we're gonna pass it over to some snippets.
Speaking of Nashville.
Yeah, some snippets from our live show.
Yes.
We had the best time.
It was really great.
I just downloaded it, so you'll hear about the last time I performed in Nashville previous to this. You'll hear about the Toy Awards of the year. You'll hear about a new type of vodka. And also what Mary was feeding Beans while I was out of town.
All of it you could never guess. Also, we have a show in Phoenix this week. If you guys are available, come hang out.
If you're listening to this the day it comes out, it's literally tomorrow. So it's our last show of the year. So come have a good time.
Yes.
Take it away, us.
Stop trying to cram your life into someone else's idea of what's healthy. With Noom, you'll find out what healthy means for you. You don't need rules to get healthier. You just need to be empowered by the knowledge and wisdom to build smarter, more sustainable habits. Noom's cognitive behavioral approach helps you better understand the habits that you've already formed and gives you the knowledge and support you need for long-lasting change. With Noom, taking care of your health is empowering instead of stressful. You don't have to worry about ruining the whole dang thing on one bad day. Noom will help you get back on track, and all you need is a daily 10-minute check-in. Plus, they have a great recipe guide and recipe library. If you are at all interested in just browsing some recipes submitted by users, you can browse via price range, via green ingredients, etc. Start building better habits for healthier long-term results. Sign up for your trial at noom.com/weird. That's NOOM.com/weird to start your trial.
Psst. Hey, get over here. Do you want to hear about my deepest, darkest fear? Well, then just check out my credit card balance. Hey-oh, ba-da-ching. All right, that was a stupid joke, but if a credit card balance actually does give you a lot of fear, if you are struggling with credit card debt or high interest loans, you gotta check out Upstart. Upstart is the fast and easy way to pay off your debt with a personal loan, all online, and get you on the path to financial freedom. Whether it's paying off your credit cards, consolidating high interest debt, or funding a personal expense, over 500,000 people have used Upstart to get one fixed monthly payment. And Upstart knows you're more than just your credit score and is expanding access to affordable credit. Unlike other lenders, we won't name them by name because we can't legally, Upstart considers your income and current employment to find you a smarter rate for your loan. With a 5-minute online rate check, you can see your rate upfront for loans between $1,000 to $50,000. Plus, you can receive funds as fast as one business day after accepting your loan. Wow, holy crap, one day and up to 50 grand? Thank you. So find out how Upstart can lower your monthly payments today when you go to upstart.com/TMGW. That's upstart.com/TMGW. And don't forget to use our URL to let them know that we sent you. Loan amounts will be determined based on your credit, income, and certain other information provided in your loan application. Go to upstart.com/TMGW.
Wow, this is wild.
Yeah, this is.
You know what I didn't realize till we got on stage?
I'd love to know.
That I borrowed her lip gloss and it was plumping.
Yeah. I gave you 2 options. I just didn't tell you which one was plumping and which wasn't.
I've been feeling like Jennifer Coolidge for the last 30 fucking minutes. I could go for a hot dog. Last time I was here, I did a solo show. And yeah, give it up for shows by yourself. Oh, you were here? God bless. No, but I was here and I didn't realize the show right before me was a benefit hosted by Brad Paisley. And I fucking walked into the green room and all of a sudden it was his wife, the chick from Father of the Bride. And then, so when I'm preparing for a show, it's 2 modes. It's talking to myself or pooping. And like, I got into the green room and I was like, I just want to prepare for this show. And there's Brad Paisley.
Yeah, I just Googled who he is, yeah. No, he looks like a grown-up Steve from Blue's Clues. It's a country music. I don't know. So we're getting catfished by Steve.
So I go back there and they're just like hanging out because why wouldn't you? You're like a country icon. And I'm over there just like, excuse me, I need to organize my notes about farts.
And he was like, I don't trust this woman.
Yeah, and then I'm like, okay, finally I'm gonna get the green room to myself. And in walks Randy Travis. Yeah, who came to Brad Paisley. And Randy Travis, he's like,
Yeah.
He's like a country hall of famer. Anyway, long story short, the last time I was here, it was like the freaking CMAs were in the green room and I was terrified. So it's lovely to be here with you guys.
I saw Tyler Oakley post about this today. Have you heard that Arby's...
Yes.
What have you heard?
Arby's is doing a curly fry vodka.
Yeah, they are. I mean, I don't know how to feel about this. They're doing a crinkle fry vodka and a curly fry vodka. What's the difference?
Curly fries have a different seasoning.
How does it translate into vodka? Thank you.
Would you drink it? I think it'd be good in a Bloody Mary.
Yeah, I mean, look, I don't need any
excuse to drink vodka.
I would drink this. This appeals to all of my interests. French fries and vodka. They're putting them together. Oh my God. Give it to me with a tube.
She said to Elliot last night.
So I got a dead ass, y'all.
Yeah. No, I don't like it because I feel like it's opening up the world of like going too wild with the flavors. You know what I mean?
Because like
vodka.
if we open this up, when does it stop?
Exactly. Said Elliot.
Man, I can't wait to tell him how much he's in the show now.
I love him. No, I will definitely drink that with you. I think it would be good in a dirty martini.
Right, because vodka is potato, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's all I know. Like, vodka came from potatoes, didn't it? Just like potatoes are my favorite food.
Mm-hmm.
They can be so many things.
No, I'm down for it. Oh, speaking of eating weird stuff, I got a text from Mary earlier. You guys Mary, my dog walker. For those of you concerned about her appendectomy last week, she's healing great. She's hanging out with Beans while I'm gone. She's sending me an occasional blurry photo via email because she doesn't know how to text them. But she just said, she goes, you know what? My tuna fish sandwich and tomato soup were a hit. She fed my dog a tuna fish sandwich. And tomatoes. Like, I understand. I'll treat Beans to like a little piece of French fry or like a little bit of meat off Chip's plate. But a tuna fish sandwich, and also, did they share a spoon? Sharing soup with a dog is interesting. Did she make it her a ramekin?
Look, there are so many questions that surround this experience. One being, the way she presented that was as if she had told you she was going to do it before, and you said, no way, she'll never love that. And then she said, well, you'll be happy to hear, Mamrie. The soup and tuna fish sandwich that 80-year-old men eat on a regular basis was a hit with your dog.
She sure proved me wrong. I was like, no way, Mary.
But maybe,
no way.
Maybe she's onto something. Beans has no teeth, so maybe soup is where it's at for her. Do they make dog soup?
Do they make dog soup?
I mean, well,
Someone said yes.
No. Do they make soup for dogs? Right. You should rephrase that.
Yeah.
Just like the transcript of this. Oh, no. Super dogs. Super dogs. Because we were both too excited about the idea of
Do they make dog soup?
I don't know. I'd love to find out. Do they make soup for... I mean, anyone can make soup for dogs.
I think they make too much stuff for dogs.
Whoa. Even I was shocked by that opinion.
I'm just saying, next week Arby's is gonna be like, we made dog vodka.
Yeah. Well, many questions.
Oh man.
Here's something that I think we can all relate to or learn about, or I find interesting. So as always, in Googling, what's the weirdest shit happening in the world?
Okay.
I came across toys.
Quit looking at her laptop. I see you right there. Be present. Be present.
There's...
Look at you with your sneaky glasses like, oh yeah, tune it in to the right prescription to see that what I'm from.
My tabs are Brad Paisley, Randy Davis. What is a Nashville All right, now let's look up Randy Davis. Randy Davis has a Wikipedia. He's an American politician.
Oh,
whoa. He looks...
like a murderer?
Yeah. Okay, he looks like he's on like the Guess Who cards. Anyway, Google that later if you want to have a real fun Wednesday night. So I was looking up, there's toys that get inducted into the Toy Hall of Fame in this New York museum. And basically, every year there's...
Is it Randy David's Guess Who?
Yeah, the New York Museum's Toy Hall of Fame announced its 2021 inductees, and it's basically voted on by the public. A bunch of nominations for different toys come up. But the 3 that made the cut this year that are inducted are, thank you.
Oh, I like that. Oh, a little light one. Oh, that's
First
so
one,
good.
American Girl Dolls.
Love it. We love to see it.
Okay. The second is, thank you, the board game Risk.
Ooh, okay. Well deserved. Well deserved. Didn't get recognized for a long time.
Risk is what my younger brother tried to throw up on while we played as children so that my brothers and I wouldn't beat him at the game. So lots of fond memories with that one. And the third and final inductee into this museum, Toy Hall of Fame 2021, sand. Just straight up sand. Beach sand.
Is it a sand? Is it kinetic sand? Is it a
That's what I looked
sandbox?
up, and it is not. It is. They say that it is the thing that you find at the beach. The substance found at beaches around the world. And then the quote from the chief curator said, although some playthings can only be found online or in certain stores, sand has a global reach that most toy manufacturers would envy. It's been a vehicle for play since prehistory, and anyone who has spent the day at the beach can understand the allure of this toy.
Two things. One, that's my least favorite toy. I hate sand. Second of all, who accepts on behalf of sand? Rocks?
Yeah. I don't know if there's an actual ceremony for this. I think it's maybe just a Facebook group, but also...
Sand could be here tonight. He's on a beach somewhere.
Yeah, chief curator Christopher Bench is on mushrooms. Like, that's... Have you ever touched sand? It's been around since prehistory.
Also,
Anyway.
I've never heard the word prehistory in my life.
Yeah, me either. So maybe add it to the words we hate column next time.
There we go. Well, you guys, we're gonna get back to the show. So I think this sufficiently got weird.
This got weird.